in September. Now, this data comes from the Westpac Melbourne Institute Index of Consumer Sentiment, and it rose by 18% in September, but it did come after a nearly 10% fall in August. Confidence jumped in Victoria despite the lockdowns, and perhaps as the number of cases fell, easing consumer fears there. The survey was carried out before the Victorian government announced a slower than expected reopening of the economy, though, so that may dampen sentiment in the next reading. And it does come after National Australia Bank's business survey showed that confidence picked up in the business community in August from a very low base, albeit, but still it did pick up, and that's in spite of the fact that business conditions did plunge. And interestingly, despite the difficult times that businesses are having, the number of insolvencies has plummeted, and that has everything to do with the fact that the government's insolvency relief measures for directors have been in place since the pandemic began. The measure was due to end this month, but it's recently been extended till at least the end of the year. Now, John Winter from the Australian Restructuring, Insolvency and Turnaround Association had been arguing against the extension because he says the insolvency relief measures are really distorting the state of play.
Not only have we seen the number of insolvencies plummet from the normal level, so in any normal year we see about 8,000 insolvencies a year, we're 60% below that baseline at the moment. But more than that, we're actually seeing directors completely disengaging from the process of working with their creditors to get through any sort of financial distress. And we're seeing the quite extraordinary situation where directors are saying to people that they owe money, I don't need to pay you anymore. The law says I can get away with it.
Big falls on the market today, Alicia.
The Australian share market's trading at around a 5-week low, and it fell very quickly this morning and has continued through the afternoon. It's currently down around 2.4%. The sharp stock sell-off on Wall Street overnight continued, especially in this tech space, and that has continued to spook investors locally. As I mentioned, the All Ords and the ASX 200 are down around 2.4% each. All sectors are lower, with energy, technology and financial stocks leading the losses. If we look at the big movers now, Afterpay is among the worst of the tech stocks. Energy companies like Beach Energy and Oil Search are taking a hit, and Credit Corp, the debt collector, is also down sharply. Stocks like Nufarm and Ingham's are performing reasonably well. They're among the few bright spots today. On Wall Street, the tech-heavy NASDAQ index plunged 4%, and in the past 3 sessions, it's fallen 10% from a record high into correction territory. The S&P dropped 2.8%, while the Dow was off 2.3%, and the biggest drags were from the tech stocks. Amazon down 4% and Tesla off 21%. If we check now to have a look at the commodities market, spot gold is on the way down, as are crude oil prices, and the Australian dollar currently sitting a little higher against the greenback at 72 US cents.
Thanks, Alicia. Quick look at the national weather now. Brisbane mostly sunny.